When we Google, for example, Ed Sheeran's upcoming events, you will see something like this, and this. And if I want to know what upcoming events there are at a specific location, like in Singapore, we have a popular place for events called the Esplanade, so I'll Google Esplanade events, and we will see something like this that shows all the upcoming events the venue is having. As we click on one of the events, if your site has an event schema that matches that event, your site may get ranked. And depending if you are living in one of these countries, if you type events on Google, you will see the event snippet. Click on search more events, and you can search, for example, search engine, and all the SEO events will appear around your location. And also, a common question about event schema is if you can use it on online events that do not have any physical location. And the answer is yes. So in this video, we will share with you how you can easily add an event schema to your event page to gain more search traffic, and what to do when there is a change in the event status. Let's go. Hey, it's Jack from RankMath, and we are all about helping you maximize your search traffic using our plugin and empowering you with the right SEO knowledge. So if you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, we hope you do so. And if this video provides value to you, do help us out by smashing the thumbs up button. Alright, before anything else, let's talk about who will benefit the most from having an event schema. We would say that an event schema is especially important for sites that run a venue, ticketing sites, sites for artists like Ed Sheeran, Taylor Swift, etc., concert and festival sites, non-profit organizations and community groups that host events, fundraisers or workshops, education institutions like colleges, universities and others that host open house, conferences, seminars, etc., and basically any businesses that host constant or ongoing events, even for webinars. And there are some guidelines to follow. There are technical guidelines, content guidelines, and other guidelines which might seem overwhelming. But don't worry, after watching this video, you will know how easy it is to follow these guidelines using RankMath. But the most important guidelines you need to follow from this document is each event must have a unique URL. And the event experience on Google only support pages that focus on a single event, which means you should focus on adding schema markups to the event page instead of pages that list schedules or multiple events. Also, avoid marking non-events as events, such as do not promote your products or services as an event. This is an example. Don't add short-term discounts or purchase opportunities as an event. Your business hours should not be an event. And don't mark coupons or vouchers as an event. Basically, if it doesn't make sense to be an event, don't play a fool with it. It needs to be genuine. As we go through these event schema fields on RankMath, you will understand more about these Google guidelines here. Now, if you use RankMath on your WordPress site, be it the free or pro version, you will have access to the event schema. All you need to do is to go to RankMath's dashboard and make sure that the schema structured data module is toggled on. Once you have done that, visit any post or page that relates to your event, and on RankMath's tab, you will see this schema tab. If the schema module is not toggled on, you will not see this tab. By default, we add an article schema to your post, and here's the main difference between the free and the pro version of RankMath. If you use the free version, you can only add one predefined schema markup per page or post. So currently we have the article schema. If we click on schema generator, here's the event schema. Click on use. We'll talk more about these fields in a while. Let's say I add the data in the required fields and save for this post. Now the event schema replaces the article schema. But if you use the pro version of RankMath, you can add as many schema types as logically possible. Anyway, let's work out an example. Let's say that this is the live page of our event. We are going to host an SEO conference from May 8, 2023 at 8 AM to May 9 at 5 PM. This is a hypothetical event, okay, so don't flood our support team with questions regarding the event, alright? Now, the tickets are available for the physical event that costs $199, and for those who wish to attend the live online broadcast instead, they can purchase the online ticket for $49. The physical event will be held at the Esplanade Theatre. Now, to add an event schema, on the WordPress backend of the event page, go to RankMath's tab, select the schema tab, and use the event schema. Now, the required fields are those that are marked with the red asterisk, and they are the headline and the start date of the event. Without the information on any of these fields, you can't save the schema. These are the two data fields you need to pass the Google Reach Results test. One more thing to highlight, even though you can pass the Google Reach Results test with just the two required fields, there are a couple more required properties mentioned in Google's event schema guidance. Depending if it is an offline event, which means the event has a physical location, the required properties are the location address and location name, which are the venue name and the venue address fields on RankMath. But if it is an online event, it will require the location URL property. But on RankMath, it will be the online event URL field. These required fields will allow your event to be displayed in the enhanced search results. Now that you know the requirements, let's talk about the schema fields. Now, the headline field, this field is for the title that describes your event. In our case, it will be RankMath SEO Conference 2023. Do not add promotional tags on this field, for example, adding a limited time sale or the price of the ticket at the back of the title or Rare SEO Conference by RankMath, unless the title of your event is called that. Also, do not add the location of your event, such as the Esplanade Theatre. This is part of the guideline provided by Google, as you can see. Now, if you leave this field empty, by default this SEO title variable takes information from the General tab, Edit Snippets, and the information in the title field. And by default, this title variable takes information from the title of your page or post. So if you have the right title that describes your event, and you can remove these other variables, so that on the event schema, you don't need to add anything to this field. But feel free to do so if you want to. Next, let's skip this review location for now, as I want to show you the full details you can display on the page using this shortcode. We'll skip to description, and similar to the headline, by default if you leave this field empty, it will take the information from the description of the edit snippet. And if this is not your desired description for your event, the best practice is if you add a customized description to include a clear and concise description about your event, so that people searching for your event will know what it is about. For our case, I'll add something like 2 action-packed days featuring expert SEO speakers and hands-on workshops covering topics like local SEO, link building, content optimization, and industry insights. This RankMath SEO conference will sharpen your SEO skills and give you an edge against your competitors. In this field, you do not want to repeat facts like the info you'll be adding later on, such as the venue name, address, date, etc. What you want in this field is to describe your event in the most concise manner. Next, we have the event type. As you can see, there are quite a number of options you can choose. So select the option that best describes your event, and we will add that schema type to your page. But if none of the event types is suitable in your opinion, just select the event option. Now, the event status. Let search engines know the current status of your event. At the date of this event page creation, it is the 4th of May, and the event is scheduled on the 8th of May. So I will put it as scheduled. Stick with me to the end of this video, as I will share with you what you should do if the event is cancelled, postponed, rescheduled, or moved online. Next, we have the event attendance mode. You can choose to have your event offline, which means it is an in-person event with a physical location only. No one can access the event online. If you select the online option, it means your event is only available through online means and does not have a physical location. And if your event is available both online and offline, which is what our RankMath SEO conference example offers, so I will select this. Now, if you select the offline option, you will see the venue name, venue URL, and the address fields. But if you select online, you will see the online event URL instead. And if you choose both online and offline, you will see all the fields we have talked about. Now, for the online event URL, you want to include the URL where people can join the online event or webinar. But if it is a paid event, you definitely do not want to give a direct URL that people can join. You want to include the URL of the page where people can do the next steps to register for the event. And in our case, it is the URL of the event page we are on. Most events online do this as well. Then we have the venue name, which is the place your event is held. For our case, it will be the Esplanade Theatre. Do not add a vague venue like Singapore here unless the event happens across the entire country, or Esplanade, because Esplanade is a big place. Where exactly in Esplanade? This is what this field is looking for. If the venue is in a hotel, include the hotel name and also include which room in the hotel. Be as specific as possible. For the venue URL, it is self-explanatory. If the venue is in a hotel, the hotel should have a URL for you. For our case, if we Google the Esplanade Theatre, we can see the theatre site link, click on it, and this is the URL we need. Go back to our event schema and paste it in the venue URL field. As for the address, it is self-explanatory as well. So I will proceed to add the physical address of the Esplanade Theatre. Next, we have the performer information. If there is only one main performer for the event, for example, the event is Ed Sheeran's concert, the performer will be a person, and the name will be Ed Sheeran, together with the website URL or social link, maybe the Instagram or Twitter URL for Ed Sheeran. However, if there is more than one performer, this will usually be the organizer of the event, and you want to select organization instead. For our case, there will be more than one SEO expert speaking in the conference, so we will select organization. The name of the organizer is RankMath, and this is RankMath's URL. Now the start date is the required information, otherwise your event schema will not pass the Google's Reach Results test. If you don't have the information here, we won't even allow you to save this event schema. That's how we help you adhere to the best practices without you knowing. If you check Google's guidelines, they mention quite a number of date and time guidelines to follow, and it accepts the ISO 8601 format, which may be overwhelming for you, so we have made it simpler for you. As you click on the calendar in the start date field, you will see the time selector. Now I'm pretty sure you know what GMT or UTC is, right? It is the time standard that regulates the world clock. For Singapore, it is GMT or UTC +8, and RankMath operates in UTC +530. And hence for this site, it is operating in the UTC 530 time zone. So there is a difference in the time zone, but you have to follow the time zone of your site. And in case you want to know what is the time zone of your site, on your WordPress dashboard, under Settings and General, scroll down, and here's where you can select the time zone of your site. Anyway, using any time zone converter or simply doing a Google search, and you will know that 8 AM in Singapore is the same as 5:30 AM in India Standard Time, which is UTC +530. So on the schema, we want to select the date as 8th of May at 5:30 AM. And the right time format will be included for you. It is as simple as that. As for the end date, 5 PM in Singapore will be 2:30 PM in UTC +530. So the event will end on 9th of May, 2:30 PM. Next, we have the offers information, which is basically your event ticket information. The URL is the page where people can buy tickets. If the event is free, feel free to leave this blank. For us, this is the URL to the event page where people can buy the ticket. The price is simply the ticket price. But remember, there are two different pricing options for our event. The online ticket is $49, while the in-person ticket is $199. So you want to add the lowest available ticket price, which is $49. Do not add any $ or symbol here. This field only accepts an integer. If the event is free, feel free to leave this field empty. For the currency, the accepted value is the ISO 4217 code, but just to simplify it, the ticket price is in USD. If it is Singapore dollars, it will be SGD. These are the currency codes you should be familiar with. If you don't know the currency code for your ticket price, feel free to check out this Wikipedia page. The link is in the description. Next is the ticket availability. If the ticket is still on sale, it will be in stock. If the ticket is sold out, you select this, and for pre-order, you are allowing your attendees to buy tickets in advance. There are many reasons for using pre-order, so if it suits your use case, feel free to use it. Now the question is, what if the in-person ticket is sold out while the online ticket is still available, or if it is vice versa? Should we have the availability as sold out or in stock? Well, in terms of schema, as long as there are tickets available, it will be in stock. But in your event page, make sure that the ticket option that is sold out is clearly displayed. Next, we have the price valid from. It is usually the date where the ticket is available for sale. Now, the inventory level is a little tricky as it is similar to the availability. If the physical event can only hold 200 people, it means you can only sell 200 tickets. But for the online event, there are no physical limitations, but the technical limitations could be 1,000 attendees. So if your event is only for offline, which means the physical event only, you can add the inventory level at 200. But if there is a mix of offline and online, you should follow the one that has the most capacity, which is 1,000. For our case, we really don't know if there are any limitations, so we will leave this field blank. Alright, for rating, we are not a third-party reviewer. These fields are meant for you if you are, for example, an influencer and you are reviewing events. If that is the case, you will put a number here. But we are the event organizer, so we will not review ourselves. We will leave this field empty. Now, if you have Rank Math Pro installed, you will see these pros and cons fields. Again, we are not a third-party reviewer, so we will not add anything here. In case you want to know how to use the pros and cons schema, you can check out this video right here. Now, there is one more field we have not discussed, which is the review location. If you wish to display all the event schema information on your page, feel free to select one of the location. Below content will look like this, where the schema information will be placed below the content. Above the content will look like this, where the schema data will be placed above the content of the event page. And this will show your schema data above and below the content. And if you choose not to display the schema information, or you wish to display it in the location you desire, you can select the custom option where you can copy this shortcode and paste it on any part of your page, and all the schema data will be displayed on the section you desire. If you don't wish to display the schema info, don't add the shortcode to the page, simple as that. So we're basically done with all the fields for the event schema. Now here's the fun part, let's play out some scenarios. Now if the event is cancelled, here's the best practice. On your event page, make sure that no one can buy tickets. And you need to include a clear message that the event is cancelled. And if you have a refund procedure, make sure to include them in the event page. And schema-wise, visit your event schema, add your event status, you want to select cancel. And that's all you need to do. Do not remove or change any schema fields because properties like the location or start date are the unique event identifiers for search engines. Similar to the event being cancelled, all you need to do is to change the event status to postponed and leave the rest of the fields as it is. That's if you do not have the new postponed date, time and venue. But when you have further information about the event, you can change the event status to rescheduled, as well as changing the new event information in the relevant schema fields. For example, day 1 of our SEO conference cost $149 and day 2 cost $299. Both have online event tickets that cost $99 and $159 respectively. What should you do? Well, have one event schema for day 1 and include all the relevant information. If the venue for each day is different as well, the same method applies. The start date will be May 8th at 8 AM and ends on the same day at 5 PM. And the price will be the lowest price for the day, which is $99. Then add another event schema for day 2 and include the relevant information such as the start date, which is at May 9 at 8 AM and ends on the same day at 5 PM. And the price will be $159. So for the same event page, you will have 2 event schema markups. Alright, and these are all the scenarios I can think of, but if you have any practical applications I've missed, feel free to ask them in the comments or contact our friendly support staff to help you out. Now, let's find out how we can validate our schema markup. Google has this tool called the Reach Results Testing tool. You can add your event page URL here or copy the source code of your event page and paste it here. But as a Rank Math user, importing the schema code for the event page is a breeze. On your event page, on the schema tab, you see this eye icon. Click on it, and this is the schema markup of your entire page. Click on Test with Google, and all the schema markup will be copied to the Reach Results Testing tool. This helps you skip quite a number of steps. Hit Test Code, and you will see that your event has passed the test. If you use Rank Math, there is no reason that you'll fail this test. Now, there are non-critical issues detected, and if you see this optional image missing field here, it means that you have not added a featured image for your event page. And once you have done that, update the page, go to the Schema tab, and test the Schema markup again. And you will see that your event schema has passed with flying colors. I hope with this video you have a clear understanding of how to use our event schema and adhere to the best practices. I'm pretty sure you know Rank Math has streamlined everything for you and a lot of thought has been put into this. And if you want to support us, just smash that thumbs up button. We are constantly improving our plugin and sharing the most updated SEO knowledge on this channel, so follow us by subscribing to our channel. I'm Jack, by the way. Stay awesome, and I hope to see you on our other videos.